If you want an easy way to buy cheap Rocket League items no matter what console you're on, head over to RL Exchange and use code Dylbobz at checkout for 3% off. It's a super easy site to use and there's a bunch of different payment methods that you can also use. And my favorite part is that they constantly run giveaways that you can enter by doing different tasks on the site. So make sure if you're buying things from RL Exchange, you also check out the giveaways tab, because I know you guys love your free items, so why not do that? There's a link in the description that will get you all set up, and hopefully you can enjoy buying some nice Rocket League items. Now, over the years, we've lost many Rocket League items to what I like to call the void. These items are all taken out of the game after they've been out for a very limited time, because either they look too much like their original version or they're just not suitable for the game. We'll talk about why some of these are discontinued when we bring up the items one by one. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the discontinued items that I know of right now on Rocket League, and if I do somehow miss any, comment down below which ones I managed to miss. But I've done some research and I've got together a list of all the discontinued items and their prices, and I'm going to be telling you their prices because I know a lot of people will definitely want to know the prices of all of these. So shall we get into it? Let's get into it. So first up we have the Black Animus GP. Now, a lot of black cars on Rocket League actually never existed. A lot of them weren't allowed to be in the game, and the reason Psyonix didn't want black cars to be in the game is I assume they thought they weren't really worthy of it, because they look very similar to the standard like sort of versions. So a lot of black cars never existed, but a few black cars did, and then they were taken out. So the Black Animus GP was one of them that you could get from opening a crate, but then not long after they decided to remove them. So out there are still some Black Animus GPs that are tradable, but obviously the Animus GP is not, it's not a fan favorite car, especially since we just got the Formula 1 bundle. So the Black Animus GP goes for these prices on screen. I'll put them all on screen because there's 3 different prices for different consoles. So it's around 800 credits for a Black Animus GP, which is still quite pricey for an Animus, but the only reason it's that price is literally because it's discontinued, not because it necessarily looks that good. Because in my opinion, the Animus GP, it doesn't work with many decals because there's just not enough body space for that thing. So then next up, we're keeping it with the black theme, but now we have the Black Sentio V17. The Black Sentio was again removed for the exact same reason as the Animus, and you'll see a bit of a running theme with the items I'm about to show you. Now, the Black Sentio, it looks alright, however, again, the Sentio isn't a fan favorite. I remember getting the white version of this thing originally when it first came out, and then it just dropped in price so much because people didn't really like the look of this car. So that goes for around 400 credits throughout the consoles. Now obviously these prices sometimes do change quite a bit with discontinued items, and later on you'll see it's very hard to find prices for some of these. So next up, we're continuing the black theme, and it's the Black Endo. Now the Black Endo is definitely one of the nicest looking ones out of these. I personally really like the look of the Endo. I think there's a lot of body space on it, you can put a lot of cool decals on it, and it just looks nice and streamlined. It does look as close to a Lamborghini as you're getting, or like a McLaren. Actually, yeah, it looks kind of like a McLaren, I guess. Really, it just looks like a Rocket League car. It looks made up, but I really like the Endo. I still remember when the Endo came out and everyone loved it. So that goes for around 800 credits on PC, 1,000 credits on PlayStation, and 1,400 give or take on Xbox. So it's definitely doing better than the other two. Now we also have the Black Imperator DT5. Now this one goes for even more than the Endo. So it goes for 2,300 on PC and Xbox, and around 1,900 on PlayStation. So the Black Imperator is a bit more pricey, maybe because it's a bit more newer. People kind of like this one a bit more. I'm not too sure. I actually think the Black Imperator does look like a good car, to be fair. It does remind me a little bit of the DeLorean as well. Obviously, it's nothing like the DeLorean because it doesn't travel through time and it doesn't fly. Well, technically it does because it's a rocket-powered battle car, but you get what I mean. Then we have the Black Jaeger 619 RS. Now, the Jaeger is a very nice car. Just like the whole body of it looks streamlined, the spoiler, everything about the Jaeger makes it a nice car. It gives me Nissan Skyline vibes. Like, if you put that next to the Nissan Skyline in Rocket League, it gives me those kind of vibes. But as you can see, with the prices, this really does show. So it's around 4,600 on PC, 3,700 on PlayStation, and 6,000 on Xbox, but obviously these are subject to change. Geez, I sound like some of those people who like read the ad things on TV, like, these are subject to change. So yeah, obviously some of these prices will be subject to change, so before you go out and buy certain things or offer certain prices, make sure you do your own research just to make sure the prices are up to date. Then we have, finally, out of the black cars, the Black Mantis. Now, the Black Mantis, you know, the Mantis is an alright looking car. It's very different from a lot of cars. It's literally a flatbread, just on wheels. It's quite funky. And the black painted one, it's alright. So it goes for around 1,000 to 1,500 credits throughout all the consoles. And yeah, people, you know, they don't really like the Mantis too much. I don't really like the Mantis that much. I remember I opened some crates back in the day and got a few painted Mantises. And obviously it was exciting at the time because it was a new car, but these days, no thanks. So you're probably going to be happy to hear that we're not going to be only talking about cars anymore. So let's move on to the wheels. Now, first off, we have Crimson Aether wheels. Now, Aether wheels were an RLCS fan reward drop, and I got a few of these in my time. I think I got like a purple one, but unfortunately I did not manage to get my hands on a crimson one before they got discontinued. Now, you can probably assume why these got discontinued. It's because they're crimson, and if you look at the normal variant, they're red, so they look no different. They're indistinguishable. So what they did was they cut them off, said no, you can't get any more of these, and that just drove the price through the roof. So at the moment, these go for 4,000 to 4,500 credits. Again, this could be a sort of low ball. They could actually be higher than that. It depends who you're trading with as well, really. So Crimson Aether's a very nice looking wheel, to say the least. The crimson ones literally look like the normal ones, but it's an RLCS fan reward drop as well, so that drives the price even higher, because you know we all love RLCS fan rewards. Then we have the exact same scenario. It seems like Rocket League has a lot of problems with the crimson color, because we have Crimson Dynamo wheels. Now, these are animated exotic wheels. They do look quite nice. I think you can pair them up with a few car designs that make them look really nice and funky. But the exact same reason, Crimson Dynamos look exactly like regular Dynamos. So these were discontinued, and these go for 3,400 on PC, 3,800 on PS4. I say PS4 so much now, it's technically like PSN, isn't it? Like, PlayStation 5 is out. Why do I say PlayStation 4? How many of you guys have the PlayStation 5? I'm probably gonna just by habit always say PS4, because when I've played Rocket League in the past and trading, it's always PS4 to me. So sorry if you get offended by that, even and you have a PS5 or maybe a PS3. Does Rocket League work on the PS3? I don't know. Oh yeah, and for Xbox, it's 4,200 credits. Now, you might be thinking, Dylbobz, I play on Switch. Why aren't you giving me the Switch prices? Let me tell you, the Switch prices, they're very hard to come by, because first of all, you know the player base on Switch is far lower than any other console. And the Switch version of Rocket League was released after the other consoles. So some of these items are either they don't exist on Switch, or they are very, 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 very rare on Switch, that there's not been any sales, or like we can't find any sales, so we don't know how much they go for. So basically what I'm saying is, on Switch, all of these items are going to be worth even more on Switch, because, I mean, everything's worth more on Switch. So then moving on, we have Burnt Sienna Dynamo wheels. Now, you might be thinking, why on earth were these discontinued? Well, we just don't know. Crimson Dynamos were deleted from the game because they looked like Dynamos. But if you look at Burnt Sienna Dynamos, they do not look like regular Dynamos. So why can't we have brown Dynamo wheels? Who decided that? Maybe someone in the Rocket League team were colorblind and they thought it was, so they just quickly selected it, deleted it from the game files, and they were like, oh, Terry, man, what have you done? And they just couldn't revive it. Who knows? So Burnt Sienna Dynamos, they're just gone. They're in the bin. So obviously that drives the price up. Personally, they're not even that nice wheels. And the thing is, with Burnt Sienna Dynamos, I can't really find an accurate price, because if you go on trading sites, you look at what people are offering for them, and they'll be really low. And then you look at people, like what people are selling them for, and some people will sell these for around 6,000, 5,000, 4,000, maybe 3,000 credits. Like, there's such a range. But then some people will be like, oh, I'm selling it for grey mainframe, or oh, I'm selling it for 80,000 credits. And I'm like, well, that's not reasonable, but like, do I have to consider that? So the price I've gone with for the Burnt Sienna Dynamos is 6,000 on PC, based off literally more trades that are around that I saw on PC. And then on both the consoles, I've gone with 3,000, but I don't think that's super accurate. So take that with a very, very, very small pinch of salt, because I really do not know the prices of these things. Like, it's so hard to find a price for that item. Then the next wheel we have also is hard to find a price for. It's the Sky Blue Triplex wheels. Now, these wheels were taken out because, you guessed it, they look just like the original. So Sky Blue look exactly like the normal Triplex wheels. Now, the price for these, again, it was so hard to find because some people were just offering stupid prices and some people were trying to lowball and some people were trying to, you know, here, there, and everywhere. It was quite hard to figure out the price. So I've gone with pretty much 1,000 credits on all, but I saw a lot on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 1. Okay, PSN. I saw them on PSN for like 2,000 credits, quite a lot, so I've gone with that for them. But, I mean, you guys, if you know the prices of these, let me know in the comments. That will really help out, especially people who want to know, like, more about the prices. But, seriously, it's really hard to come by some of these prices. Now we have Crimson Peppermint wheels. But wait, what's the price of these? Well, they don't exist. Because instead of what they did with Crimson Aethers, Crimson Dynamos, all the black cars, the Burnt Sienna Dynamos, and the Sky Blue Triplexes, what they did with Crimson Peppermints, I'm sure people were furious. In fact, there were over 700 people who had Crimson Peppermints at the time that they decided to delete them. But not only did they delete them, they swapped everyone's Crimson Peppermints out of their inventory for a random painted peppermint wheel. Imagine the one time you get a wheel that you know, you're like, this thing's gonna get discontinued. I'm going to make so much profit. And then Rocket League decide to turn it into a random color that's going to be worth nothing one day. Like, literally, imagine getting a Crimson Peppermint and then it turns into a Burnt Sienna Peppermint. You'd be furious. Even if it turned into a White Peppermint, you would have lost profit, because if the Crimson Peppermint got discontinued normally, I'm telling you, those things would have been worth a lot. Like, around the 5,000 credits mark for sure that we've seen with the other Crimson ones. So, if any of you did have the Crimson Peppermints, let me know down in the comments. How bad did it feel when you got them turned into a random color? And now we are done with the wheels, so let's move on to the one and only decal that we have here. You probably know this one. It is indeed the grey mainframe. Now, the grey mainframe was deleted from Rocket League because it looks too similar to the white one. I mean, they could have literally just made it less similar to the white one, but they didn't want to do that. They wanted to discontinue it, which was definitely good for anyone who had it, because, I mean, this thing has risen in price like crazy. Now, just like some of the others, it is quite hard to find a current price for the grey mainframe because the prices vary a lot. Since there's so few of them out there, the prices are basically whatever the people who have them decide. So we're looking at 80,000 credits and above on all consoles for the grey mainframe. I mean, some of these are going for 100,000 credits. On Xbox, I've seen a lot of 80,000 credits. I mean, the grey mainframe is a super expensive decal, and it makes sense because, first of all, it's a black market, so it would have been hard to get anyway. Then it's a painted black market, which would have been even harder to get, and then you have to get the exact grey color. I mean, there are so few of these out there since they got cut off from existence. It is crazy how much those are worth, and it is crazy to think that some people out there would have genuinely got a grey black market, and little did they know it would have been the most expensive painted black market to ever exist. How cool would that feel? Imagine if you sold it straight away though. Ooh, I'd feel so bad. And then, finally, an antenna makes this list. Who would have thought an antenna could make this list? Well, the only antenna that I know of that's been discontinued is the pink macaron. Now, the reason this was discontinued was because, as you guessed, it looks too much like the original. The original looks pink. The pink one looks pink. Do people really care though? It's just an antenna. Well, apparently we do. And since this was discontinued, the price has of course risen. However, since it's an antenna, probably a pretty rare one, a lot of people would have just traded this up. Heck, I might have even traded it up one day in the past. Who knows? Like, I don't really care at the end of the day, but imagine if I knew, like, oh shoot, I traded up 7 of these. Whoops. Obviously, that would have been the case for a lot of people, so it makes these a lot rarer than something like a... Well, it doesn't make them rarer than a black market, but, like, what I'm saying is, with a black market, you can't accidentally trade it up, whereas with these, you can accidentally trade it up, so there's more chance that they sort of get binned off over time. Whereas, sort of, grey mainframe, that's a limited supply. But with this, people could accidentally trade it up, so it's not good. So, with regards to the prices, I found some for around 5,000 on all consoles, but really, a lot of people on Xbox and PlayStation were just saying, like, yo, I want, like, 1 million credits for it and things like that. They were just kind of jokes. So, yeah, I don't really know the price of this. Again, I'm sorry if you came here for a strict price that you needed to know. You ain't getting that here. I'm sorry. It is so hard to find any price for these things. But yeah, I saw some people trying to buy them for 5,000, but there was also some people trying to buy them for like 50 credits because they wanted people to accidentally trade them to them without knowing that they were worth a lot. That's the thing with something like an antenna that's uncommon. There are definitely a lot of people that would have been able to buy the pink macaron, especially when it wasn't super well known. They would have been able to buy it for like the normal price of an uncommon antenna, which would have been like 10 credits. Like, imagine buying like 10 pink macarons for 10 credits and then selling them all for over 5,000 credits. Like, that's profit on another level. But anyway, that wraps up this video, guys. Let me know if you knew any of these. I mean, a lot of you guys are pretty good with the old trading. You probably knew quite a lot of these, but let me know which ones you didn't know. And if there is something I missed, I'm not sure there is, but if there is, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.